Hey y'all, so I thought it would be fun to kind of do my first review on my channel, and I had bought, because I always wanted to try it, the Fenty Pro Filter Powder. I'm in the shade 210, and I thought it would be fun to kind of, I guess, review it and tell you guys what I think of it. I wore it twice, once when I got it, which was this past Friday. Right now it's Wednesday, and I wore that for a couple of hours, and then on Monday I wore it to work for about 7 hours, and it looked really good, so I thought I would go ahead and just give you my thoughts and opinion on it. Again, this is the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I'm in the shade 210, and I think they said if you know your regular liquid shade foundation, whether if you wear the hydrating or the regular soft matte foundation, that it would match. So that's good. Just a bit of background on my skin. I do have dry skin. Thankfully for me, it's not overly dry, and I find I can work with any type of foundation as long as I moisturize and prime correctly. So this is what it looks like. It did come with the little sponge, but I just, oh look, you can see me, hey. But I just tossed it. I used it, but for me personally, it's just not sanitary. Even if I am using it on me, just seeing it get so dirty, I just ended up tossing it. But if you go to Walmart, Target, you can get the disposable little wedges if you want to apply it that way with a disposable wedge. I think they're only like $1 or $2. Or what I'm going to use is this flat top buffer brush from Real Techniques. It's really affordable. I don't remember the price. I will double check it, and then I'll put it like right here or something so you guys can see, because I know not everything is affordable to everyone. Even though it could be affordable for me, it might not be affordable for you. But definitely, like, even if you go to the dollar store, Five and Below, just anything like that, they do have those little wedge. I know my sister used to apply her foundation with it all the time. Hopefully y'all know what I'm talking about, and again, it will probably apply the same. So anyway, so this is the shade Neutral Undertone. So when touching it, it feels really silky. It doesn't feel that drying, which is nice. Again, I have worn it, so I think I do like it. This is going to be the third time, so I will definitely give the final thoughts when I come home tonight from work. But it definitely doesn't feel drying at all. So let's go ahead so I can show y'all how to apply. I'm hoping you guys will be able to see nicely of how much coverage it is and how much it covers or blurs and all that good stuff. Now, as far as priming and all that, I did prime with it on Monday when I did it, and I used my Becca First Light Primer. I think the primer oxidized it a bit. It was about half a shade darker than what it is, and I don't think it makes a difference. Honestly, when it comes to primers and anything, that's like a personal preference. I do feel like primers do give somewhat of a longevity. If you don't use a primer and you still wear whatever liquid foundation you want, I feel like it will last the same as long as you powder and then use a good setting spray. Primer specifically for me, and what I feel like I would use it for, is to hydrate if you want to glow or if you want to matten up your face. But as far as longevity, honestly and truly, for me, personal opinion, personal preference, especially when I do clients as well, I don't think it would do much for the longevity. So I'm just gonna apply it. I'm not gonna apply a primer to my face. I hope that babbling made sense. I think this video was actually on a whim. I was just about to get ready for work, and I'm just like, you know what, let me just do a review. But I promise, like, the more comfortable I get in front of the camera, the more I'll stop babbling and things will start making sense. I'll probably write some notes down as well. But anyway, so I'm just tapping into this, and this is going to be my first time applying with the brush, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe I shouldn't have done it like that because the mirror. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get close up just so y'all can see. You can see the redness that's right there, so. And I'm not gonna wear concealer, so I'm just gonna put it underneath my eyes. And I am just tapping it in and then going in and kind of blending it. And I'm holding the brush from right here, kind of near the end, just so it can diffuse better. Well, at least to me, it helps me with diffusing. Like when I do eyeshadow and all that, if I really want to blend a transition shade or blend two colors together, I'll hold my brush from right here so there's least amount of tension on the brush, and that's how I feel like I get like a seamless blend. So that's 3 dips right there. You can see a difference. I say with this brush, medium coverage for sure. You can still see my little spots, but honestly, for me personally, I don't really like full coverage unless I'm going out or I'm just testing something out. So personally for me, I like this. This definitely looks natural, as you can see. Can't tell I'm wearing powder. And again, I do have dry skin, but I did moisturize beforehand and all that good stuff. So I do feel like if you have similar skin to mine that's not overly dry or flaky, you will like this. Now I'm gonna do this side. I really hope you guys can see the difference in my skin. I can see. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna finish up my makeup. What I'm gonna do is I also, along with the powder foundation, I bought this liquid blush from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Happy. I've been using it ever since I bought this powder foundation, and even though this is powder and this is liquid, this blends nicely on top of that. So I feel like the whole you can't apply liquid on top of powder is a lie, because it depends on the product or technique, because this blends really nicely on top of this. And then I also got the Rare Beauty eyeliner, which I'm loving. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of eye makeup. I'm gonna hopefully not go crazy. I always say I'm not, and then I do end up going crazy. And then I will come back to show you how everything looks. And then I'm hoping that throughout the day while I'm at work, I can do check-ins, show you guys how it's looking. I'm hoping you guys can see, because it's a bit dark where I work. So I'm hoping this video comes really well together. If not, I'm just gonna have to do it on a day when I'm gonna be out in complete sunlight. I really hope you guys can see it. Actually, you know what, you guys, I'm just at my window right now. You can see my makeup kit and everything. You could see, it's really hard. Like, I'm trying to like really make the best with what I'm giving with like lighting and all that, but I hope you guys can see it. You can definitely see that, at least I can tell that it covered up my redness. Obviously, like I said, you could still see my my blemishes on my freckle, but it evened out the redness around my nose. It doesn't feel powdery at all. It feels silky. It definitely feels like I'm wearing something, obviously, but it doesn't like feel drying or anything on my skin. Finished my eyes. I did something simple, like a simple cut crease. And then I bought the NYX glitter glue plus, where'd it go? Oh, a NYX glitter. And I thought it would be fun to start experimenting with that. I heard really good things about this glitter glue. I heard it's good. I heard it's a dupe for the Too Faced Shadow Glitter. Not the Shadow Insurance, that's like the actual eye primer, but like they have a glitter glue from Too Faced, and I heard this is a good dupe. Haven't tried that yet, but so far so good. It grabbed on really nice, and I'm excited. I was gonna put it over my eyes, but I didn't feel like being too extra today. I was like, let me just stick to the corner. And then I got this Rare Beauty liquid eyeliner. Y'all, I love, anyone who knows me, especially when I worked at Sephora, I was a Fenty liquid eyeliner. That fly liner, the liquid, oh my goodness. I cried with that thing's on. I rubbed my eyes and it would not budge. And I've cried many times with that eyeliner on, and it still looked good. So the Fenty eyeliner, hands down my favorite, but this one might be my new favorite. It's a felt tip, and it's very pigmented, and it glides on really smooth and nice, easy to do a wing. So this might be my new favorite, and I feel so bad because I feel like I'm cheating on my Fenty, but this Rare Beauty one is really good. Even though it's all about the foundation, I thought it would be fun to just do my blush. So I'm going to use the same brush that I used my foundation to apply that blush, and I'm going to use my Sephora brush cleaner. This is very good if you want to clean instantly. It pretty much cleans off all of the color residue or whatever on your brush, so you can use it next. Like if you have an eyeshadow look you're doing that's very elaborate, you can use that, clean it off with a tissue, napkin, dish towel, anything really, and it'll have your brush nice and clean and ready to go. And I'm sure there's like simpler stuff, like I know Sephora has the tin one, and there's a sponge and you dip your brush in it and it cleans it. Haven't tried it, so I don't know how well that works, but I know they have like easier stuff like that. This is just what I have and I love it. This is also good for just a quick clean, no need to like wait for it to dry. It dries automatically. And of course, deep clean your brushes like at least once every 2 weeks, or if you don't really do makeup like that on yourself, once a month. Deep clean your brush. I'll show you guys if you want, but I pretty much just use baby shampoo and really just get in there. But this is good for like the in-between cleanings. So like I said, this is the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Happy, and I don't really have a color like this, so that's why I chose it. So I'm gonna just dot it. And I just like working one cheek at a time, but I don't think it dries too much. So, yeah. So this blush, as you can see, is extremely, 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 extremely pigmented. So that dot you saw was too much, and I kind of figured when I put it on, but we're gonna work with it. So pro tip, if you do it's always better to use a little bit. I should have just used my Dunch Mint and spread that on this side, but it's okay. Less obviously, it's easier to add on than take away, but you can, I mean not take away, but you can definitely blend so that it's not too harsh. And I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. Everyone's different, so again, like everything I do in my videos, just know it's like trial and error of what I've done in the past, of what I've learned from other makeup artists. So, and if I do remember specifically who I learned it from, of course I will give them credit and leave them down below, or like right here, but or like right there. But I'm gonna show you, to fix that. And honestly, it's probably like common sense. You're just gonna take the foundation. If you use a liquid foundation, use your liquid, and just gonna blend upwards with that. If you have a beauty blender would really help as well. But as you can see, it's starting to tone down. I brought it in too far. Like I brought it in way down there. Don't do that. Depending on your face shape, obviously, but for my face shape, no, don't do that. So there we go. Pretty much blended in to my liking. Again, I love blush. I'm starting to like love blush more than bronzer right now. So I like it like this, personally, for me. But for me, I like it like this. I don't mind the extra blush. So as you can see with this blush in general, I feel like it really does blend nicely into the skin. It is obviously a liquid blush I'm using over a powder foundation. And as you can see, it just blends so nicely even over top of it. These Rare Beauty ones, I haven't tried the other colors. I don't know if pigmentation or colors will change the formula, but this one color specifically just blends so nicely on the skin. Gonna have to try and match this, so I'm gonna, for the sake of matching, I'm gonna add a bit more. But typically this is good for anyone who doesn't like to overdo it like I do on the blush. Taking one of my favorite highlighters, the Physician Formula Butter Highlighter, and this is a cream highlighter from Physician Formula. Love, love, love this. I'm just using a fan brush. In there. I absolutely adore this so much. It just blends so easily into the skin. It's very creamy and easy to blend, and honestly, even though it looks like bam in your face, you can actually make this a lot more natural. I just used a little bit too much. I guess I'm just doing too much today, huh? Well, I'm gonna go back with this and blend. I really do, no matter if I'm working on me or a client, I try to go back and blend as much as I can. Like, as much as I can. See how that kind of sheared it out? Okay. And then just because I like a little bit of a glowy look. Oh, by the way, the powder foundation is, you know, the Pro Matte. And yeah, it's matte. But I like it. But just to give me like itty bit of dewiness, I'm taking my Pixie Glow Mist. And just patting that in. All right. But see, that glow kind of made the highlighter melt into the skin. That's a good tip. I learned this from Danessa Myricks. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She is a makeup artist for Oprah Winfrey, and she uses her own products for this. But basically, she puts powder highlighter on, and then she'll add one of her highlighters that's like kind of like this formula where it's creamy and it melts it into the skin and looks more natural. And granted, I know it's not the same thing, but I figured using a glow mist would really just press it into the skin and make it more natural, and it does. So that's the tip I kind of learned from her. I'm not gonna do my bottom or anything. I am actually just gonna go ahead and do the labios. And this is by Mented in the shade Baby Brown. Again, lip gloss, so pretty, so pigmented. Smells so good, smells like frosting. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, get ready for work, and I will check in with you. I've been wearing it for about, I don't know, maybe like an hour and a half right now. Still looks good, still a lot of blush, but I'm sweating. I haven't been on the metro in years. Like, I'm on the metro right now because right now I cannot afford that Uber fare, and I still don't have my car. Hopefully by the end of the month I will, but I haven't taken metro in so long, y'all. Look, it feels so weird, and it brings me back to like my high school days when I would skip and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, it's like nostalgic for me right now. But yeah, so right now I do look a little greasy, and like I said, I don't normally have oily skin, but it is hot. So this is a definitely good test to see how this powder foundation will last up on its own. So yeah, this is what it looks like right now. I think it looks pretty well. I don't mind the shininess because it adds life to my skin, and I'll check in on you guys. All right, quick update before going into work. I'm almost there. It's about 45 minutes later. Still looks good. Hey y'all, so it's 8 o'clock right now. It's time for a check-in. It's been about 3 hours since I did my last check-in. It rubbed off right here on my nose, and I haven't been scratching my nose at all. Sorry, ignore the lips. Because it was lip gloss, of course, it wore off. But the blush still looks good, the highlight still looks good, the eyes still look good, the glitter glue, there's no like fallout from the glitter. Overall, it's holding up. In total, it's been about maybe 5-6 hours, something like that. And yeah, as you can see, it's wearing down, but I think it still looks good for me. And we'll do one more check-in before the end of the night. I'll probably check in when I'm at home, so, and that'll be the final. You know what? Okay. So that's just a little bit of foundation. There was a bit on my nose. I forgot this side has the blush and highlighter on it. So I'm just trying to wipe off just the foundation, just see And you can see there's a little bit on there, but most of it I feel like did wear off throughout the day. But honestly, I liked how my skin looked. It definitely didn't look cakey, and even though it wore off, I still feel like my skin looked good. So can't complain. Eyes are still popping, of course. Look, that Rare Beauty eyeliner, look at that. The point is, foundation, I'm gonna give it one more try. I think I like it. I think I like how it wears off. It wears off really nicely. Sorry about my lips. That lip gloss obviously is not gonna last because it's a gloss, but that inner corner glitter still looks good. That NYX glitter glue, I'm definitely gonna have to try it on my eyes. My eyeshadow still looks good, and my eyeliner. I'm in love with that Rare Beauty eyeliner. So if anything to take away from this video, even though this wasn't the primary product, is the Rare Beauty eyeliner, because that joint still looks good. So I'm gonna go to bed. I hope you guys have an amazing night, and I will see you in my next video, probably part 2 of this Fenty foundation.